So in a recent video, I went into one of the consequences of experiencing childhood trauma, and I spoke about the kind of self-image that someone can develop. And I said about how they can end up developing a very negative view of themselves. So if that interests you and you haven't seen the video, then that can be found with the rest of the videos. But today, what I wanted to go into is how, after experiencing childhood trauma, someone can basically reject life. So their early years would have been very painful, very traumatic. And now that they're an adult, they can pretty much not want to be here. And they can spend a lot of time in their head and very little time being connected to their body, so they can have a weak connection to their feelings and needs. And not only this, but they can have a job that is not very fulfilling. Their relationships can be dysfunctional, and they can also often feel empty and depressed, and they can experience a lot of fear and anxiety. So the experience on this earth, now that they're an adult, is not going to be a lot better to how it was when they were children. And so instead of seeing life as a blessing, as a gift, it can be seen as a burden. And so, because of this, now that they're an adult, they can have the need to embrace life again, to learn to love life perhaps for the first time, and to surrender to it. Because as a result of what they've been through and are going through, they might not really want to be here. Quite frankly, they could be happy for it to all come to an end. And if they knew what it was going to be like when they were children, when they were fighting to survive, back then they may have thought, well, it's not worth it. Not only am I going through this now, but as an adult, my life is going to be bad too. They may have pretty much given up back then. And when it comes down to them changing their life, they might find that there's a small part of them that does want to be here and believes that their life can be different. They might not be able to connect to these parts very often, but they may be there. And if they are there, then they can support and allow these parts of them, these healthy parts, to grow and to expand. And for the other parts of them, call them the unhealthy parts, to gradually decrease. And along with healing their trauma, and they may need to reach out for external support here, they can spend time in nature, because through being in nature, either in a woodlands or in a field or somewhere like that, in a mountainous area, they can start to develop a sense of safety and to experience the love, the unconditional love that can be found in nature. Even hugging trees, this might sound a bit crazy now, but as time goes on, they can develop that connection. There's nothing for them to fear in nature. Nature's not going to harm them. They can just be. And this will allow them to gradually, along with healing trauma, to develop an inner sense of safety and security. And along with this, they can, right now it might not be possible because they might doubt that they can do it, or they might not have anyone like this in their life, but to spend time with people who are supporting, kind and caring. In the beginning, this could be a therapist or a healer or a coach. But through spending time with people like this will be another sign that it is worth being here. Another thing they can do is to think about what they enjoy doing, what gives their life meaning, what brings them joy. Another thing they can do is to focus on their own self-care. Because although they might feel as though they might doubt that they deserve to be treated well or that they have value, they do. But developing, just as with developing a felt sense of safety, they may need to develop a felt sense of their own worth. But through looking after themselves, this could be taking a bath, could be just sitting back and relaxing with a nice warm drink, could be treating themselves to something nice, maybe a nice meal. This will be another way for them to learn to love to be here, to embrace life again. Could also be listening to the kind of music they like. Or maybe watching something uplifting. So the main thing here is that if you can relate to this, please reach out for support. And please know that what you went through wasn't your fault. And you didn't deserve to be treated badly. But now as an adult, you can change your life. And you deserve to. So please don't suffer in silence.